Hello, in this video I will show you how to use and configure the Airtable action within Makyo. So first, let's start with create record. We need to add a Airtable credential. For this, we will have to retrieve a personal access token within Airtable. So let's go to Airtable and go to our user account and select Builder Hub. This will redirect us to another website where we will be able to create a personal access token. So click Create Token, and we'll create a test personal access token. We need to give it access to our resources, and we will also give it access to all of our base in our workspace. And importantly, we need to give it access to scopes. We'll give it access to multiple scopes. So data record, read. We'll give it access to data record, write, as well as data record comments, schema basis read. We'll also give it schema basis write, as well as workspace and basis. And finally, we'll give it user email read. This should cover most of the uses that you might have from Makyo in Airtable. Now that is done, you can create the token. Now that you have copied the secret token, you can go back to Makyo and add it here. You can see that the connection was successful. You can also test the connection here. Now that our account is connected, let's check Airtable to see the bases that we have. We will use this test base, and we will try to add some data in columns test1 and test2 and test3. So let's select the base, test base. Let's select the table, update test table, that's the only one. And now let's add pre-fields. We will save and test this action. We see that it was successful with a timestamp and an ID. And let's go to Airtable. And we can see that it indeed added a row at the end with 3, 4, and 5 for the 3 columns that we mentioned. Now let's go to list records. We can see that our credential was selected automatically. We will select the same base, the same table, and now I will explain to you where you can find those IDs. So for the base, you can find the ID in the URL. This is the ID starting with app. That is the base ID. The ID starting with TBL is the table ID, and the ID starting with VIWR is the view ID. So we will copy this one and we will put it here in Makyo. We can also add a formula if you wish, and we can also put a limit on the records. Let's test this. And we can see indeed that we get the 4 records that we have in our database. Now let's move on to update record. So here we need a base ID, we need a table ID, and we need a record ID. And you can find this in Airtable by selecting a record copying the cell URL, and you can find here the ID starting with REC. So let's add it here, and we will update this specific ID. Column is test1, and we'll put 99 as value. Let's test. This was successful. And we can see indeed that the value changed to 99. So those are the actions that you can do in Airtable. There are some other actions such as delete record, create table, get table, and update table.